Microphone check. 1, 2, 17, 23. Let's do this. Guys, what's going on? Welcome to hashtag DNTJofi, tech news that Jerome Ortega finds interesting. I was holding my wrist like this because I usually look at the clock, but I forgot to put on my watch. What's going on, guys? Welcome. I am your host, Jerome Ortega. Today is episode, who knows what episode we're in. We're in a very far episode line. But yeah, tech news. We have a couple stories to go through today. Unfortunately, my Pixel 4a 5G has not yet arrived. I do have my phone, my 12 Pro Max, on not silent. So it'll ring if the FedEx guy is down in the lobby and he needs to get in, because I think it needs a signature to get my 4a 5G, or at least an indirect signature. So if the FedEx guy comes during the stream, I will go run down and get it, and I'll unbox the 4a 5G live. Otherwise, we'll unbox it tomorrow. Today, though, we have a couple stories, a couple deals. There's so many deals right now, and I think it's because everybody's trying to push Black Friday at this point. And I don't blame them. Everything's like on the brink of lockdown again, so they're trying to like bring morale up or bring boost up. What's really interesting is in the neighborhood I live in here in Chicago, I think 2 or 3 days after Halloween, they already started putting decorations up, lights up, and the Christmas tree is already up and lit up. It's crazy. I was like, this is too early for it. But I heard that they were doing that because they were trying to boost morale, because things are very bleak. Tomorrow here in Chicago, we're going on another, they're not calling it a lockdown. They're calling it a stage 3. What is it? Mitigation? Stage 3, something weird. I don't really understand, but it is what it is. Anyway, we're here to talk about tech. How's it going, guys? Welcome to the stream. Nice to see you as always. Always glad to see the regulars in here. Fear the Rue was first. Hey there, Jerome. First to chat, first to like. I appreciate that. If you guys haven't had a chance, please do me a favor and hit that like button. It is a way to support. I appreciate it. Thank you, Fear the Rue. He also says I've given up on looking for my cookie. I'm sorry. One day, one of these days, a cookie will be handed out. Deepak Murthy is second. What's going on, Deepak? Welcome to the stream. Nice to see you. Zico Day, what's up, bro? And Pixel Fam, what's going on, Zico? Welcome, welcome. Where am I at here? Tectonic, always the nicest guy in the world. Thanks, Tectonic. That smile might have been me. Sorry, Taco. Oh, I miss Taco Bell. Very much so. I could go for Taco Bell. Woo! Ooh, that was okay. What's going on, the Woo? How's it going, man? Welcome to the stream. Sup, Ganzak? How's it going, man? Serrano, how's it going, Serrano? Hey, how are you? Welcome to the stream. Nice to see you. Dougie, hi, guys. How's it going, Dougie? Welcome. Nice to see you guys as always. William Maya is in here. Sup, everyone? We've almost made it to Friday. Almost. We're close. We're close. Anyone doing anything special for the weekend? Because I'm not, because COVID. Hooray. I got my haircut today. Like, freshly cut. I would take my hat off, but I'm sure my hair is messy. Brian, what up, everyone? What's going on, Brian? Welcome to the stream. Nice to see you. Nice to see you. Yeah, Christmas is awesome. I agree. It's really early right now. The Christmas tree at Rockefeller Plaza is jacked up. Is it really? I can imagine. Baron of Gray Matter, howdy campers. How's it going, Ed? Welcome to the stream. Nice to see you guys. Curgio, what up, Jerome? Not much. How are you doing? Welcome, welcome. Ernie says, what's up, Jerome in chat? Got an email from Google today giving me 150 off my 4A 5G in 5 bill credit. Yes. So I have a story on that today. It makes it the same price as the 4A essentially. So we're going to talk about that. I don't have my 4A 5G yet. It's on its way. It's on the FedEx truck. If it comes, I'll go grab it. We'll unbox it live. If not, we'll do it tomorrow. I have a lot of shit to do today. This 12 Pro has to go back today. I'm returning it because I have this 12 Pro Max that I opted for instead. We are going to go over a video I put together last night. It's nothing special. It's just like a quick, dirty video. Quick, dirty video. Wrong choice of words, Jerome. It's a quick video just to really see low light on the 12 Pro versus the 12 Pro Max. The 12 Pro already does a great job in low light, and the 12 Pro Max is supposed to be better when it comes to that. It's supposed to be better when it comes to optical image stabilization or stabilization in general. So I could have done more testing, but seriously, last night I was just not feeling it. I'm just like, let me just film this real quick, and then that was it. But we're going to go over that. But we also have deals on the Pixel 4a 5G. Let me get these together to make sure we can go through them. And we will go through that, but I want to go through the 12 and the 12 Pro. Ooh, we can start off with this story though. Did you see this? Android will soon have an iMessage equivalent with end-to-end encryption. So we've kind of talked about this. There's been like word that it's going to happen and so on and so forth, but we haven't had anything definite, or if we have, we're just like, no one's going to use it. Who's going to use an iMessage equivalent to Android? But maybe there's something here. I haven't read this article. I don't even know how I got this article from Review Geek, but it says here, we've all been there. You receive a video sent via standard text messaging, and it's the most pixelated piece of garbage you've ever seen. Let's be real. Let's be real. SMS on Android is awful. I remember getting videos and it was just shitty. Nothing compared to like how iMessage did it. And that's why, like, even when I tried doing Hangouts, video still was awful. And then I switched over to Telegram, and now I don't have that issue. Telegram is my go-to messaging app, but I know not everyone uses Telegram, even though I try to get people to use it. But I understand we don't want to go from one to another. And people are like, Jerome, why are you having a switch again? So I don't even mess with it anymore. If you have iMessage, you're fine. If you use SMS, I'll text you however way you want. But don't think I'm not going to ask you, do you have Telegram? Oh, you should try Telegram out. but I won't push it. I won't push it. Now it looks like this is going to be happening, and whether or not it's going to be good, we can only wait and see. Okay. So RCS, right? The even bigger news is that the company is working on adding end-to-end encryption to the service, albeit in beta form. RCS is a massive upgrade from standard text messaging as it works over Wi-Fi or cell data and allows for better quality, blah, blah, blah. RCS is pretty much how iMessage is going to work. You can send better multimedia. People can actually see when you're typing. It'll say if the message got sent or read, I believe. I do have it enabled, but I don't really have anyone I can talk to that uses it. Like that's the usage rate. What's the word for it? Not usage rate. Not consumer rate. You know what I'm talking about. No one's using this shit. Nobody is. And I don't know if it's going to be mainstream or what. Maybe it will be, but maybe down the line. I don't know. Chat features upgrade SMS text messaging so you can send and receive better quality photos and videos, chat over Wi-Fi or data, know when your message is read, share reactions, and enjoy more dynamic and engaging group chats. And while it's not available to everyone today, Google is beginning to beta test. All around, this is good news. If you and your friend both have an Android device and a carrier that supports RCS, you'll get a massive boost in your messaging experience. Unfortunately, you won't get RCS if you're using an iPhone. And Apple has no incentive to even support RCS at this point. If they did, they would just kill their iMessage, right? They would kill their own thing. I don't really think it's going to go anywhere. I don't know. Maybe it will. Unfortunately, that means Android users and iPhone users will still lose the best features of their respective messaging services when messaging each other. I just thought I'd share that. It was like a quick article, and I was like, okay, I might as well bring that up. We haven't talked about RCS in a while. Have I used it? Yes. Is it the best? No. And even if it was, nobody's really using it, so I have no rush to get to it, especially knowing, well, not Google's track record, but just in general, it's going to be an uphill battle. That's why I use Telegram. Telegram works. It's my favorite messaging app. You should use it too. I'm not sponsored by Telegram, but they should sponsor me because I always talk up about their software. Okay. Let me go into chat here and just make sure I didn't miss anyone. Why do I always laugh so hard? What's up, the Woo? I don't know. Is it that funny? La. I'm messing up my words. Lou 247. What up, Jay? Got my Pixel 4a 5G. This is the size the Pixel 5 should have been. I don't know. I like my small form factor on my Pixel 5. I think it's a great size. That's why I like my 4a. I don't like the form factor on this behemoth right here, but I understand why a lot of people like the 4a 5G. I understand why people really... I'm waiting for this ambulance cop. Okay. I understand why they needed a 5XL because not a lot of people enjoy this form factor. Some people would like a bigger form factor, and I totally understand that. They should have had a bigger version for it as well. The 4a 5G will suit other people, but that's the problem. The 4a 5G is still... It doesn't have all the stuff the 5 has. It's weird. It puts you you lose either way. It's like if you want the 5, but you want a bigger form factor, but you want an actual speaker that's not hidden underneath the display, or you want a 4a 5G size, but you wanted wireless charging. Yeah. I don't know what Google's Google. God damn it. I know. Lou, what's going on, man? I appreciate you stopping by. Okay. Krishna. Hello. How's it going, Krishna? Whatever happened to the revolutionary RCS messaging? Everyone had their hopes up and now it's forgotten. I forgot about it too. I mean, when it came out, I was like, oh, okay. But I really was not I really was not too excited about it. Max Tech Studios, how's it going, man? I haven't been here in a while. Welcome. Nice to see you. Where's that free Pixel 4a 5G? Are you kidding me, Max Tech Studios? Are you kidding me right now? Do you know the last time Google gave me anything for free? Google doesn't like the way I don't know what Google doesn't like me. They gave me that Pixel 3 for free. And then ever since I talk shit about phones, I guess they just, yeah. But I have the 4A, I have the 5. They were all bought from my pocket. So yeah, Google doesn't give me free shit anymore. Yeah, you need to be here more and watch me bitch about that. Just use WhatsApp. I don't like WhatsApp. I think WhatsApp, sorry, I'm like trying to sit cross-legged. I don't like WhatsApp's UI. I don't think it looks as aesthetically pleasing as Telegram. I also love the stickers on Telegram. That's a guilty pleasure of mine, stickers. But yeah, I mean, WhatsApp is great too in its own way. JT, adoption. That's the word. I was like, why are you talking about adoption? The adoption rate. Thank you, JT. Also, welcome, JT. I don't know if you've been here before, or maybe you do and you've just been lurking. Krishna says, this is still RCS, so it's like an extension to RCS. I thought RCS was introduced like a year ago. Yeah, I think they're still working on it. I don't know when they're ever actually going to like fully implement it and bring it out. I don't know if it's ever going to become an actual thing. I mean, it is an actual thing, but whether it's going to be widely adopted, thank you, JT, that is the question. And I have a £5 super chat from Akbar Mahmood. Am I saying that right? Akbar Mahmood? I don't know. I'm trying to pretend I know how to pronounce names and I don't. But Akbar, thank you for the £5 super chat. I appreciate it, man. Thank you so much. Hi, Jerome. Just got a Pixel 5 today. Coming from the OnePlus 7T, this phone feels so good to hold. Loving the symmetry on the front and the tiny bezels. I agree 100%. I agree. I think the form factor, for me at least, is great because I am not the biggest guy in the world. I don't have the biggest hands in the world, although they look like my fat fingers over here. But I'm a smaller guy, right? So the form factor for me works really well. I'm not MKQHQQQ that can hold this iPhone 12 Pro Max and make it seem like it's a tiny phone. But like, this is the Pixel 4a, and this is just a better, at least for me, form factor on a phone. The symmetry I love as well. It is just so 2020, looks very minimalistic, looks very simple. I just wish they put an actual front-facing speaker on the top. But Akbar, thank you so much for the super chat. I appreciate it, man. Thank you. It's always appreciated for you guys to show some love, some support. I appreciate that. All righty. Scrolling back up. Fear the Rue, hashtag Team Telegram. Goddamn right. Why? Hi. How's it going, man? Welcome. Yeah, Alberto, I mean, the Pixel can be had for free, but we all know there's no such thing as a free Pixel. A free lunch is really what I was trying to say. Starting some shit. My magical unicorn has arrived without a drop of power. What? You got your 4A 5G and it had no power on it? That's weird. That's not typical, is it? That doesn't sound typical at all. Well, welcome though, starting. How come everyone got their 4A 5G and not me? What kind of bullshit is this? Where's my 4A 5G? Krishna says Apple will support RCS when iPhones start using Type-C. So never. Well said. Deepak, hello. Didn't I say hi to you earlier, Deepak? But hello again. Ernie says, I just hope Google doesn't launch a new messaging app like Allo. Just continue to improve what they already have. Like I said a million times, they should have just took Hangouts, improved on Hangouts, made it better. Instead of making all this other extra bullshit, then Hangouts would have been, people use Gmail all the time. Hangouts is integrated with it. I know that they're trying to move it over into something else, but just, it's Google. Google's being Google. Team Varai, Jerome, you're in a cameo in my new, what? I didn't sign up for this. Where's my letter to sign off that was okay? Team Right. Thanks, man. I'll have to check it out. I think you tweeted something to me, and I think it was something related to that. I just haven't had a chance. But Team Right, welcome to the stream. Nice to see you, and thank you for making me part of a cameo in your video. I appreciate that. JT says 6.2 to 6.4 inches with practically all screen is perfect for me. I don't have big hands, but I'm so used to big phones now. And I hear you. And it's not that I can't use a bigger phone. Like I really like the form factor of the Pixel 5 because I have just been waiting for a small form factor of a phone. It was like something I've been waiting for quite a bit. I mean, the 11 Pro, the 11 Pro that I have and the 12 Pro are very similar in size to the Pixel 5, but the thing is the bezels on the 5 are just so thin, and I can totally see using a bigger phone. It's not that I haven't. I prefer smaller phones, but it's going to be weird that my two phones, so for the rest of the year, because these are probably the two phones, wrong phone. These are the two phones I'm going to be using for the next year, is most likely the Pixel 5 and the iPhone 12 Pro Max, a small phone and a big ass phone. People asked me yesterday, would I keep the 4A 5G if I liked it better than the 5? And I would probably get rid of my 5 if I feel the 4A 5G is the better phone to use over the 2. I don't know though. I still think the Pixel 4A is the phone of the year for 2020 because I think it really checks a lot of boxes off, even though it doesn't have everything that it should. I think most people can and will agree with me that phone, the Pixel 4A, over the iPhone SE 2020, over any other super expensive phone, over cheaper phones, is probably the best bang for the buck you can buy. I mean, that can be argued. We can argue the fact that actually, I think I just saw an article that said the OnePlus 7T is going to be priced down to $350 right now. So you can get a OnePlus 7T that is a hell of a performer more than the Pixel 4A. It just doesn't have the same camera experience for $350. But it isn't a phone for 2020. I'm trying to think of other phones for 2020. I mean, there's the Galaxy SE Fan Edition, right? SEF, not Galaxy SE FE, the Galaxy 20 FE. I'm already forgetting. Anyway, it just depends on what your priorities are. For me, I think the Pixel 4A, that aligns with what I like. And even though that would be the phone of the year for me, it's not the phone I'm going to be carrying on my daily, just because the Pixel 5 is the exact same phone pretty much. Well, it has a better processor. It has more RAM. I'm just upset about the front-facing speaker. And I'm like, I can't agree with the price. So it's hard for me to recommend that or even consider that being phone of the year unless you could buy that phone for like, if the Pixel 5 had that front-facing speaker and it was priced at maybe like $499, that might be more of a phone of the year kind of deal for me. The 4A, and that's why I think the 4A 5G is the sweet spot. The 4A 5G is the $500 phone. It has the same like guts for the most part, except the RAM, as the Pixel 5, but it's not lacking like what it's lacking on the Pixel 4A. And I can see why the Pixel 4A or the 4A 5G, those two might be the best bang for the buck. And I'm waiting for the 4A 5G to really like verify if that's how I'm going to feel about it. Starting says the episode brought to you by Telegram. We like Jerome, just not enough to. That's better than Google. That's better than Google. Google's Google. Jerome 2020. I like that. I like Google and Apple only care about big tubers. Yeah, well, I don't know about that. Google has been really focusing on the micro influencers, meaning the smaller guys. They've just decided that they don't like my shtick. Apparently, I'm too in your face. I'm too whatever, but that's fine. That's fine. Prakhar Agnihotri. Actually, my buddy's last name is the same last name as yours, but I don't even know how to pronounce it. Agnihotre? God damn it. Prakar. Do you think the 4A5G has the best Pixel battery life ever? Ever? For Pixels? I think it's up there. I think the 4A5G and the Pixel 5 are the two best batteries for the Pixel, for sure. But the 4A5G is definitely up there. If not the best, the second best. I think the Pixel 5 and the 4A5G are those two have to be the best batteries right now for any Pixel lineup. But that's also because the chipset got neutered. That's it's running the Snapdragon 765, 730 chipset. So, but yeah, great batteries on both. The title says Pixel 4. Oh, yeah, that's right. I just meant for free, meaning like there's a deal that you can get it for free, not Google giving it to me for free. I hear you now. All right. WhatsApp looks like a 10 plus year old app. That's what I mean. I don't like the UI on it. It just looks outdated. And I haven't used it in a while, so maybe they've upgraded it since then, but I don't know. Good news for Pixel fans. Google will enable DSDS support with 5G in a future update for the Pixel 5 and 4A 5G. News via XDA. What's DSDS again? I should know this, right? Where's this article? Let's read it. Here we go. Well, it's from November 10th. Google will enable DSDS support with 5G. Oh, dual SIM, dual standby. Thank you, Starting. Thank you for sharing that. I don't use it, so but I appreciate you sharing that. Thank you. I love Telegram. WhatsApp looks dated. I agree. Isaiah, how's it going, man? Call me crazy, but I think Google hit it out of the park with Allo. It had cool iMessage-like features. Only thing that sucked was the way you had to make an account, which I'm sure most people hated. So I can see where you're coming from with that, Isaiah, but also the fact that Allo, you had to be tied to one account. I couldn't. So what I love is whether I'm using my 12 Pro, my 11 Pro, my 12 Pro Max, I always do this shit because I think it's fun to do. My 4A, my 4, my Pixel 5, whatever. I could use Telegram on all the accounts. I could use Hangouts on all the accounts, but Allo didn't allow me to do that. I could only tie one phone to one account. And for that already took it out of contention for me. I don't even think I could use it on the web. I could use Telegram on the web. I have Telegram downloaded as an app, which is great because then I don't have to use my phone. I see where you're coming from. Allo looked nice. It looked like it had potential, but I just don't know why they didn't take those features and put it in Hangouts. I think that's where I had an issue with that. But I hear you. I wouldn't call you crazy, but I hear you there. Too bad they canceled and are very slowly putting some of those Allo features in the Messages app. I know. Robert, how's it going, man? I'm late. Just picked up the 4A 5G. Needed something bigger than the 12 Pro Max. Maybe going back. Ooh, not digging the 12 Pro Max. Is it too big? That's what she said. Jerome, you can't handle it. Gandic says, you want a Type-C, so we added magnets for you. Oh, you guys are killing it. Javon Sims, how's it going, man? What do you think about the Realme 7 5G? I'll be honest with you, I don't even know. I haven't even looked into it. I have no idea what that phone's about. I don't even know if I can buy it anywhere. I've bought too many phones lately, so it's not even something that's been on my radar. But if you want, I keep telling people to just message me on Twitter, and I can't get back to anyone because I just don't have time. But feel free, if you'd like, to hit me up there and send me a link or something so I can check it out. Google Fi, existing and new users have a great 485. Yes, Gboy888, welcome. And I'm going to talk about that as well. Oh, sorry. You guys are talking amongst each other. I'll leave it there. I tried powering it on and nothing. They had it sitting around too long in the warehouse. Anyway, I'm not taking the wrap off until my screen protector arrives this weekend, so it's no biggie. There you go. All right. I need to get into these stories. I just want to make sure I'm not missing anyone in here. Igor, did I say hi to you? If I didn't, hi, Igor. Welcome, Igor Pashkanovich. Javi, how's it going, man? Did you buy that hat like that, or did you get it made? No, I bought it like that. Do you not know, Javi, how this works? So like I'm trying to like, it's weird because the camera's backwards. If you turn the Bulls logo upside down, this is a robot. It's an android right here. And he's either reading a Bible, you see the Bible here, or he's a DJ. That's what it looks like upside down. Just FYI, now that you see it, you can't unsee it. Off topic. How is that visible carrier? Visible's great. Yeah, they have 4 lines for 100. So I'm actually getting on a family plan. I'm keeping my visible line because the speeds are great. Coverage is great. I have no complaints. I mean, it's still similar to T-Mobile. I'm not very heavy when I'm using T-Mobile or Visible, but for unlimited data and talk and those speeds for $25 a month, if you can get on a family plan, it's a great deal. Definitely a great deal. Okay. Thank you, Krishna. Agnihotri. That's right. That's how he would. So my friend's name is Hirsch. And now that you say it, I was like, yes, that's exactly how he says it. Agnihotri. I have a buddy by the same name. Wait, Krishna, is your friend's name Hirsch? If he is, we have the same friend. I'm just saying, Hirsch lives here in Chicago too. Well, suburbs, but still. Thank you, Krishna, for letting me know. All right, guys. Where are we going with here? Where are we going with this here? Lou247. Okay, I'll get Telegram. Try Telegram out. Really, try it out. I have fruit flies. I don't know why it's annoying the shit out of me. I don't have I keep a clean apart. I don't know. Okay. I want to go over the iPhone 12 Pro and the iPhone 12 Pro Max. There have been a lot of videos saying there's no big difference with the 12 Pro Max over the iPhone 12 Pro, and I can understand that. But at the same time, the iPhone 12 Pro already costs $1,000. The 12 Pro Max costs an extra $100. And I just wanted to see what this extra $100 gives you. I didn't do enough testing yesterday. I haven't had enough time. I got to return the 12 Pro today. So this is all I got to share with you. It's better than nothing. So we're going to go over this video. I didn't even do audio testing because we know they're going to be the same phone pretty much. And I think really the only difference here is going to be when it comes to its video. Not video, it's low light capability. And why? Okay. So I'm going to, is audio playing already? I'm sorry. I haven't really gone through this, but we'll kind of go over it right now. So comparing, I'm going to put this volume down because we don't really need this volume right now. So when I look at this 12 Pro and the 12 Pro Max, I tried to go in a really dark environment to see if there was going to be any big difference. And at least so far in the small amount of testing, they look very similar. They're very similar. I think the two things that you have to point out here is how good is it really in low light and how much better is the stabilization, if it's even better in stabilization. Also, again, FYI, I recorded this in 4K, 24 frames per second. So looking at it though, the stabilization on the 12 Pro Max looks maybe a tiny bit more stabilized, even a tiny bit more natural. It might be hard to watch this during the stream, so I will put the full version out later. Also, if you look at these night shots or the night video, it does look like you get a little more light on the 12 Pro Max, a little bit more. Is it life-changing? No, it isn't. Is it worth the extra $100? Well, I don't know. Maybe if you need the best of the best. I don't need the best of the best, but I want to test it out. So that's why I am keeping the 12 Pro Max over the 12. I'm not even going to go through this whole video because I don't think it's worth sitting for the entire time going through this here. But I wanted to at least share with you what this looked like. Plus I know when you're watching it on stream, I know it's not going to be the best quality. There again is this lens flare that you're seeing. Also, it was really scary walking around. I'm not going to lie. It was scary walking around with both of these cameras, both of these phones. I had the 12 Pro on one, the 12 Pro Max on the other. I had $2,300 worth of phones. that I'm just walking around with. So like this area here, I don't even know why. I just tried walking in to see if there was going to be any kind of difference. And I'm not, if it's going to be super dark, it's going to be super dark. So like when I like went up to the sky there, you can see there. So like, I know this is minute, but like there is a difference. This is like really muddied out. This, you can see a little detail, but yes, it's super dark. Who's going to be recording that late in that kind of darkness? Probably no one, but I'm just showing you the potential of what this phone is capable of. But even when I'm looking between the 12 Pro and the 12 Pro Max, the stabilization on the 12 Pro Max looks better. There is a little bit of like, what's the word? Kind of a bounce on the 12 Pro compared to the 12 Pro Max. This looks also a little different, which is interesting, but it is different hardware here. So like as I pan slow, this just looks really smooth. It does. Not that the 12 Pro isn't smooth, but this has like a very, like it just has a very smooth effect to it. And this is just, you know, obviously in handheld, and then a 2.5 zoom with the 2 zoom or whatever it is that they're doing. I don't know what is legit with Apple, you know, how they are with their marketing, but you can see it's a little zoomed in more. Just to give you a little more, I guess, zoom, depth, whatever, a little more versatility when it comes to your phone. This also looks like it has more lens flare than the 12 Pro Max, which is interesting. And then I think this is the wide right here. And then I go wide with both. And I think both of those are the same, right? I don't think there's anything different when it comes to that. And then this is back to the 1x. Again, I'm not going to go through this whole thing, but you can see there is a little more bounce there. There is more stability on the 12 Pro Max here. And I'm not moving fast. It's just a slow, but like what I like about this is it does. So like I like filming in 24 frames a second because it has that cinematic effect. And that's kind of what I'm getting. I want to make a video in the future that'll be like a vlog. That's going to be a vlog with the 12 Pro Max, just to give you an idea of like how good it can look, maybe with a little post-processing, with a little like update to the audio and video. But I think the video looks very, very good on the 12 Pro Max. Again, this is very like just quick testing. And oh, I forgot. I was trying to hold the camera towards me. Yeah, I couldn't. I don't even know. Did I hold this thing right? There you go. So like I'm just, but they look very similar, guys. They really do. I guess if you need the absolute best, the 12 Pro Max is going to give you a little more stability, a little more in low light, but at the end of the day, it's not the biggest difference. It really isn't. So like, yeah, it's very minuscule, but it's there. Erica Griffin, hi, Piotr, posted that the 12 is much better in close-up macro shots compared to the 12 Pro Max. Interesting. I'll have to, well, I can't test it out anymore. I got to return my 12 Pro today. So what happened to the nice houses, Rome? This is the hood. First of all, I take offense to that, the woo. I take offense to that. This is my neighborhood. How dare you? How dare you, sir? Actually, the homes up and down the streets. This is just, it's the alley. The alleys are always like that, the woo. iPhone and Pixel need a macro lens, said no one ever. Tia H, how's it going, Tia H? Pixel 5 in an HTC 10 body is what I want. That build quality, those speakers, sigh. I miss HTC. I think a lot of us miss HTC for sure. I can feel that. I feel that. is what I meant. Tia, welcome to the stream. Nice to have you in here. Nice to give you nice to have you give some feedback. Ed says 4A 5G or 4A with the moment lenses and you're golden. Heck, you could buy a PS5 too and stay cheaper. Also a great point. She also compared a Note 20U Ultra and a 12 Pro Max was poor. Might compare it to the Pixel 5 maybe. I'll have to do more testing. I haven't had enough time with the 12 Pro Max, but we'll go over more of this testing. E Heller, how's it going, man? I miss slider keyboards. I just made a video, or I had a stream about a phone recently that had a slider keyboard. I kind of miss them. I kind of don't, but it would be nice to have one. Anyway, E Heller, welcome. All right, guys. So what I ended up doing is this is still the rear camera. And what I did is I just did this test of me like flipping lights off. I'm turning volume on here. Flipping lights off to give you guys an idea how the two might compare with each other. 12 Pro and the iPhone 12 Pro Max. And I'm not really doing anything special here because I know that both are going to be very similar to each other. But what I wanted to test is... So real quick, I mean, if you can tell already, this 12 Pro Max looks brighter, like way too bright compared to this 12 Pro. Like this is just like starting to wash me out here. Just calling it like I see it. How good the 12 Pro Max works in low light, if it actually makes that much more of a difference in low light. So I'm going to be switching these lights off. This is just going to be a quick and dirty test just so we can see what the results are. So let me start shutting these off and then we'll test it out and you guys can take a look. And I'm recording at 4K 24. Why am I recording at 24? I like 24. I don't really like recording at 4K 60, just in case people ask. But yeah, so I'll start switching off lights and then we can kind of like compare and contrast and see if, one does actually make a difference. Because I'm sure right now I was so tired last night, guys. I was so tired. This is me just trying to like get my work done. So I'm gonna flip lights off here, and then you guys will see how it starts to separate from one another, if it does. All right, so I just shut the back light off over there, or the hallway light at my TV. I'm just gonna start shutting all this other shit off until we really get to see what it looks like in a lot darker environment. God damn it, I forgot my mic was off. What was I saying? The walls are gray. Sorry. The walls are gray, but like I had all my lights on and they're a very warm color. This is what I was just saying earlier before I was muted. And yeah. So like even when I look now with all the lights on, like, yes, they're gray walls, but they don't really look as gray because of the yellow light. All right, moving on. Even darker now? Any difference? Or does it look exactly the same? So I'm gonna keep this light on right behind me. I'm gonna turn off the one in the kitchen over here. And I might just like flip them back and forth just to see if we notice a difference. So this one will obviously have a backlight to me. So that might look better. It's interesting to see both of the 12 Pro, both of the iPhones. It's interesting to see how both are like, I don't know what the word is. They're trying to find its lighting. The 12 Pro Max is obviously the brighter shot. Earlier at the beginning, it was too bright. My face looked like it was washed out or it was about to wash out. In darker circumstances, the 12 Pro Max looks like it's holding up better. Again, it's not night and day kind of stuff, but just pointing it out. As opposed to like turning a smaller light on. So let me actually, you know what? All right, so this is pitch black. This is me trying to like really see if there's any difference, and there isn't. So let me fast forward here. Nah, you can't see. I was trying to like open the blinds on there. See, that's too bright. It's still dark though. So the biggest thing that I can point out here is the fact that in really low light situations, the issue that you get with the 12 Pro is this starts to like muddy itself up. That's it. The 12 Pro Max is capable of handling really low light situations, but I think the trade-off, sorry, I meant to put myself on here. I think the trade-off though is the fact that in brighter situations, the 12 Pro Max is having a hard time figuring out what it needs to do with the lighting, because now there's so much light. It's either the sensors or whatever are, yeah, it's weird. I would have thought maybe the 12 Pro Max would have been able to like keep its brightness lower. Again, I need to do more testing. Here's the thing though, between this 12 Pro and 12 Pro Max, if you compare it to like a Pixel 5 or 4a like I have in the past, when you get in really low light situations, the 12 Pro is already excellent. It will be better than what you see with the 4a or 4a 5G or Pixel 5 by a lot. No, but the difference is there. The 12 Pro Max is just doing it a step above in terms of super low light. That's really about it. I mean, we could end that there, but I might as well just show you the rest of this. Difference, like more noise, more grain on one or the other, or does it look exactly the same? God, I sound so tired. Okay, let me do one thing here. All right, so I think I have like one small light that I use to adjust. Dark, I don't think you're going to be able to tell. So like this is like obviously ridiculous low light. Like no one is going to be making tests like this, but you can see that the 12 Pro Max is better. Like let's just put that out there. Not facing this way. All right, there's some light now. Anything? Can you tell? I guess in the same respect, you're probably asking yourself, well, why would you record in this kind of condition anyway? I don't know, just to see what the difference is. So if it's really taking all that much, is it really worth spending $1,100 on a 12 Pro Max? Is it worth spending $1,000 on a 12 Pro? Just buy an 11. All right, that's it. For now, let me... There you go. I have to do more testing really to like, I haven't even done photo testing. I'm not even going to have my 12 Pro anymore because I'm returning it. The 12 Pro Max is what I'm going to be keeping for the year. And then I'll be testing that with like the best of the best when it comes to other phones, Pixel 5. That's it. Because I don't want to be spending more money on phones. I mean, you guys know how I do. Every year, my two favorite phones are Pixel phones and iPhones. Those are the two phones I usually go with. I wanted to buy a 12 mini, and that's really what I was going to start off with because I wanted another small phone. I felt like the 12 mini and a Pixel 5, those two phones would have been like the perfect phones to complement each other just because they're smaller phones or whatever. But I ended up getting the 12 Pro Max to really test out the low light and the stabilization. I'll have a better chance later on to test more and do more tests with it. But for now, like that's what I have. I'll put the full video out later tonight if I have time. I got to work on another video for my other channel. So if I don't have time to do that tonight, I'll post that tomorrow. All right. Where am I at here? Yeah, that 12 Pro Max is shifting brightness a lot. That's something I noticed too. It was doing that quite a bit, especially in that low light scenario. And it's quite annoying. I would imagine that, well, I don't know. I don't know what I would imagine. Dougie with a £1 super chat. Dougie, thank you, man. I appreciate it. Thank you for the support as always, guys. Thank you. Thank you guys so much. Not worth it. Yeah, so I feel like a lot of people feel similarly. I'm having trouble with this one though, because when I think about not worth it, I also think to myself, well, is the iPhone 12 Pro worth it? Are you just better off with an iPhone 11 Pro? Because the iPhone 11 Pro for me was one of the best phones that I've bought in a long time, which is very weird for me to say when it comes to iPhones, because I don't talk very highly about iPhones. And actually, so today I was talking to my barber and I was showing him my 12 Pro Max. And he was like, man, this feels like the iPhone 5. I was like, yeah. And he has an iPhone 10 and he was thinking about upgrading. And I was telling him, because he wanted to know what the differences were. And I'm like, really, it's not. I'm like, the chipset's a little different. There's 5G. And then I gave my thoughts on that. And then I talked about the camera. And I was like, listen, if you can find a new 11 Pro, because he likes the Max. He likes the big versions. I was like, if you can find an 11 Pro Max for new at a great deal, go with that instead. Save some money. Don't buy a 12 Pro Max. Buy an 11 Pro Max instead. If you want the big version of whatever. And then he's like, well, what about 5G? And I was like, yeah, well, I mean, it depends if he's keeping his phone for X amount of years. I think the use case scenario is different for everyone. I don't know. That's kind of why, like, it's like when people ask me why I spent $1,300 on this phone. And for that, I think that is more questionable for me. Like, why did I spend $1,300 on the P40 Pro Plus? I feel like that isn't as worth it as spending $1,100 on an 11 Pro Max, 12 Pro Max. But for most people, for most consumers, if you wanted an iPhone, I think the 12 mini would probably be satisfactory for people if battery wasn't a big deal. But the 12, I'm sure, is going to be fine. But I feel like an 11 Pro is still a top tier phone. A top tier phone, an 11 Pro. Because there isn't much of a difference between an 11 Pro and a 12 Pro unless you're really looking for it. But we can say that about a lot of phones too. We really can. We can go back years on other phones and say, well, there isn't much of a difference anyway when it comes to the camera. And if you're not even doing video, then it's not even going to make a bigger difference at all. We're at that point. I think we've said this. I've said this, of diminishing returns, that the more money you spend, you get minor improvements. And at that point, is it worth buying a new phone for 2020 when you can buy something from last year that's already going to perform really well? It depends. That's why when people ask me what phone I should, I'm like, it really depends. Like, what's important to you? If a camera phone is the most important thing to you, then like that's a different conversation versus somebody that says, well, no, like I want to play Fortnite all day on my phone. Do people really play Fortnite on their phone? I'm just curious. Krishna, with a $5 super chat. Krishna, thank you, man. Gotta go. Totally forgot. I had a meeting until my manager called. No problem, Krishna. Krishna, thank you as always for stopping by. Thank you for the support as always, guys. I appreciate you guys so much. Thank you, Krishna. I appreciate it. Have a good rest of your day. All right, where am I at here? Jennifer. Hi, Jennifer. How's it going? Sorry, I'm late. Super excited to order my 4A 5G. There's a 4A 5G Google Fi deal. Yeah, I'm going to talk about that today for current subscribers and $200 off for new. I'm going to talk about that as well. Somebody had mentioned that earlier. Ernie mentioned that earlier. E. Heller says it's adjusting the white balance exposure based on a fixed point or set of points. Yeah, everything was set on auto there. Nothing was locked. I didn't lock it anywhere. So it was just set to that place. Both of the phones were. I need to do more testing on it. I'm not like, I could never recommend the 12 Pro Max to anybody. I don't think I could recommend that phone unless you just wanted an iPhone for one, you wanted the biggest display, and you wanted the very best in video camera quality, maybe stabilization, because I don't even know if it's the best in camera quality. I really don't. I'm going to have to do more testing for that, but I don't know if that's going to be the case. I really don't. I'm doing default camera settings. Maybe the settings can adjust for some of these differences, and I'm sure it can. Alir, how's it going? Alir, the 12 Pro Max is the king smartphone in 2020 because it takes better photos in low light. Welcome to 2020. I mean, that is, I think that's what it's coming to for a lot of things when it comes to the camera is during the day, they're all going to be very similar. My Nexus 6P, which is 5 years old, can still hang with a lot of the phones from 2020 when it comes to day shots, when it comes to like brighter shots. But when it comes to low light, when it comes to like video quality, video stabilization, that's a different story. Also, the Nexus 6P was awful with video stabilization. Robert with a $3 super chat. Robert, thank you, man. I'm not opening the 4A 5G until I see your comparison. Really? All right. Since you're waiting for me, what comparisons are you waiting for? You super chatted me. I'm going to show you some love. Are you waiting for like a full comparison as in like how I feel about the size and the speakers? And like, are you asking me to compare it to my 4A or are you asking me to compare it to my 5? I'm just curious. But Robert, thank you for the super chat. Thank you for helping offset costs. Guys, I appreciate you guys so much. As always. Paul, how's it going, Paul? He now has a chunk out of his haircut, the 5G rant chunk. Hence the cap. How's it going, Paul? Welcome to the stream. Nice to see you, man. Nice to see you. All right. Deepak says the digital noise is better on the iPhones compared to the Pixels, but nothing too drastic. Well said. Well said. If you're a pro, you usually have good studio light. I would go for the 12 Pro. There you go. Brighter isn't necessarily better, and it isn't. That isn't the way to ever compare like what a better phone is. But in like super low light conditions where like you can't see shit, that is, I think there's a measuring stick to be had there. But you're also right, because a lot of times then photos get overblown, they get washed out, and it isn't the most appealing thing in the world. Ernie says, wife finally upgraded and got the 12 Pro Max. It's a great purchase for her since this is her first upgrade since the 6 Plus. Look at that longevity when it comes to iPhones. Everyone, like Kate, who was here not too long ago, Kate was going from the original, the OG iPhone SE, and then now getting the 12 mini, I think was, well, no, she just got it fixed. Her OG SE her screen got cracked, and she's still plugging along with it. I mean, hell, my OG iPhone from 2007 still works. Crazy the longevity on that. And that's why, even though those phones can cost $1,100 or whatever, if you're keeping a phone for 4, 5, 6 years, then maybe that price is worth it at that point. Maybe. Brad, I have a Note 20 Ultra, Pixel 5, and an iPhone 12. So far, the iPhone 12 has done the best as far as photos and videos. Thank you for sharing, Brad. Thank you for sharing. I'm with you on that. I think the Pixel 5 has done a great job when it comes to video. I think it's a much better improvement over the years, but I think the 12 Pro, whatever, the 12 lineup is still up there. It's still up there. It definitely is. I think we all can agree with that. It might not be the biggest difference in the world. It might not be to the point where it's just like, well, it doesn't make a difference. Here's the thing. On paper, if you had to nitpick and say which one's better, then yeah. Is it worth it? That's a different question. I think we can agree with these sentiments here without like trying to be too biased about it. Because you love Google, because you love Apple, but I'm with you there. Jerome dropping knowledge, killing it. Thank you, Alir. I appreciate you, man. I don't have all the knowledge in the world, trust me. But I can give you my opinion on stuff. Brian with the $1 super chat. Brian, thank you as always. Brian always showing his love 99.9% of the time, dropping a super chat. Brian, thank you, man. I know that you've been busy with work lately, and I appreciate you always stopping by, saying what's up, showing some support. Thank you so much. Constantine, what up, stream? What's up? What up, Constantine? How's it going, man? I saw a few videos where the 12 minis displays isn't reacting when locked. I actually have a story about that. Where is that now? There we go. I'm glad you said that since we're on the topic. It says here, some Apple iPhone 12 units plagued by display tinting and flickering. You then can't open quick toggles like camera or torch until you touch the back of the phone. Is that something that they're going to fix in an update? I haven't really read into it, but Constantine, thank you so much for stopping by. Welcome. Aditya, how's it going, Aditya? Good day, Jerome in chat. Hope you're well. I'm well for the most part. How's it going, Aditya? Welcome to the stream. As always, nice to see you. Compared to the 5. Wait, what are we talking about here now? My main concern is RAM management. I know the camera is the same. Oh, the 4A 5G. I gotcha. Your concern is RAM management. Okay. We can do a little testing on that. I don't know how much, I mean, like in terms of having a bunch of apps open and then the app refreshing itself and reopening, we can go over it. Robert, message me. I'll see if I can do a test when it comes to that, just to like either settle whatever qualms you have that you might have about the phone. Papa John's double cheeseburger pizza is the bomb. I've never had it. Fear the Root, you need to come to Chicago. We can talk about pizza then. I'll take you to a place or two. Let me see here. Dougie says, but honestly, I would buy the iPhone 12 mini just because of the form factor. That's what I wanted. I really wanted the 12 mini. That's the phone I really wanted to buy, even if I couldn't get along with 4 hours of display with screen on time. I know. I really wanted the 12 mini. I just wanted to see what the Pro Max was capable of. Ed says, you're buying better battery life and a little brighter low light with the Max. 12 Pro battery is reported to be pretty meh. I mean, mine's been pretty good, at least from what I've been using, but I really don't use iPhones the way I use my Androids. The only iPhone that I have really beat to death is my 11 Pro. It's funny, right? Because I have like these 3 little shelves above me, and these shelves, they have some phone boxes, and the only phone boxes that are up here are my favorite phones. Well, I don't have my Nexus 6P box. I should buy a Nexus 6P box. Right now, the only 2 boxes that are up here is my iPhone 11 Pro and my Pixel 4a. Those are my 2 favorite phones right now. I wish I had that barely blue Pixel 4a. But I hear you, Ed. You're on point with that. Jerome, where you shop at? Feel like you always got a good fit on. All right, Brad, you want to hear the truth? First of all, for you guys that don't know, I am these are I shop at Target. These are boys' clothes. I'm wearing a boys large 10 to 12 or 12 to 14. I also wear a medium boys 10 to 12, depending. So when I told you I don't have big hands, why I tell you why I like small form factors better is because I am 5'3" and I weigh 129 pounds. I'm not a big guy. So unless you want to shop at the children's section at Target, be my guest. But Brad, thank you for the compliment. I appreciate that, Brad. Thank you, man. That's very nice of you to say. I do appreciate that. Aditya says, picked up a secondhand G8 in carmine red. Have come to the understanding that the later LG G series phones are near perfect for my needs. That's awesome. I don't know much about that phone. I don't know much about that. I would love to take a look at other phones, but I'm just so, I feel like I have just like, my love for phones has stayed at Pixels and iPhones, I think. Heart attack in pizza shape. Thank you, Paul. Jennifer says, do all 5G phones allow to toggle 5G on and off? I figured it would be an option. It is an option. Thank God it's an option. I thought they weren't going to give that. I didn't think they were going to give us that option for the iPhones but they do, which is great. I didn't realize that until chat told me that it is an option. So yes, it is. It is. Ed says, I think so. It is. Aditya says, my folks are on older form factor iPhones. Most likely upgrades for them are the SE 2020. Dad's a heavy battery user, so it's hard to find a proper iOS upgrade for him. Maybe the 12? Maybe the 12? I don't know about the SE 2020, especially if he's a heavy battery user. That doesn't really yeah, I don't know. Let me know what you end up getting for your folks. Damn, I wore boys 10 to 12 when I was 4. I mean, the Woo, to be fair, I used to wear double X. I used to wear double XL adult shirts, and I used to wear size 38 pants. Almost size 40 pants. And right now I wear size 27 pants that are too loose. I have to wear a boy's belt to keep my pants up because they're just too loose at this point. That's what happens when you lose 90 pounds. Okay. Before we kind of like close things off here, I do want to talk about the last part of the stories that I had, and we're going to talk about the 4A 5G. So Jennifer talked about it. Someone earlier on stream talked about it. Ernie, I believe, talked about it. But this article from 9 to 5 Google says new Google 5 subscribers can get the Pixel 4a 5G for just $299. You wanted a deal? You can get a deal right now. You can get this phone for $200 off if you're a Google 5 subscriber. If that kind of fits your I'm looking at this chat here. Ernie's saying, I don't think so. You can't? Can I turn? Where's my Pixel 5? Hold on. Okay. Oh, shit. My Pixel 5 is on Visible. Visible doesn't have 5G, so I can't test it. I'll have to check it with the 4A 5G when that comes in today. I'll let you guys know. All right. Google Fi, getting the phone for $300. After introducing new family features yesterday, Google Fi is offering a significant $200 discount on the 4A 5G for new subscribers, while existing members can take advantage of a lesser but still notable deal. So $150 off if you're a Google Fi user. So think about that. A Pixel 4A 5G is $500. And if you want to be a Google Fi user, you can get the phone for $300. And then if you're a current Google Fi user, you can get that phone for $350, cheaper than a 4A or the same price as a 4A, which is a great deal. I guess in the same respect, what are you paying for Google Fi? Because for me, my T-Mobile phone bill is $21. So if you're paying $50, $75 on Google Fi, I feel like, well, you got to do the math. I'm not going to sit here and do the math right now. One of the reasons that my bills are so low is because I pay super cheap phone bills. I save a lot of money saving phone bills. I save a lot of money paying for internet. Like, I don't own a car. I don't pay for car insurance. I don't have health insurance because God forbid our country gives us health insurance. But, I'm a freelancer. I try to make ends meet where I can. I try to save money where I can. But yeah, it's still a good deal. Don't get me wrong. I'm just letting you know, like, think of like where your money's going to go if it's actually going to be worth it. But it is a great deal. Like $200 off a 4A 5G is a great deal. New Fi customers, which Google defines as somebody who is new to Fi on either a new plan or a new member as part of an existing group plan, can purchase the 4A 5G for $299 today. So you got to activate the phone on a full service plan within 30 days, and you need to be active for 60 days, which is like what I did on my Pixel 5. So with the Pixel 5, I got this phone for $3 off, $696, but I also got a $200 gift card, and I got a $150 wireless charging bundle. But the caveat is I had to be a Visible member for 60 days, for 2 months as well. But after that, I can leave, but I'm not going to leave because I can get unlimited talk, data, text for $25 a month. And the service has been pretty good so far. I might actually just cancel one of my. So right now, I technically have 3 lines. I don't need 3 lines. Technically, I have 3 lines right now, which will end up costing me less than $75 total, though, which is still not a bad deal. Anyway, the rest of the deals for this is you must also bring or transfer your number to Fi within 30 days. If you choose to get a new number, you will not receive the $200 discount. Oh, that's kind of a shame. So with me, with Visible, I got a new number and I got the discount. So you need to port a new number over. It has to be an existing number. You can't get a new number. Existing MVNO subscribers can get the phone for $150 off at $349. That's the same price as the smaller Pixel 4a. Other specs include, we know all that. So just thought I'd share that. And then here we go. So if you want a free Pixel 4a 5G, it has to be under T-Mobile. I haven't read the deals yet for this. I just made the clickbait title, but it's not clickbait. It's true. T-Mobile announced its holiday intentions this week, highlighting a free Pixel 4a 5G and a $99 Galaxy S20 Fan Edition. So long as you don't mind jumping through a few hoops, those prices are solid. For the free Pixel 4a 5G, the same device we positively reviewed, you'll need to purchase it on an equipment installment plan. Add a new qualifying line and trade in. Oh, what? Trade in? You still have to trade in? Should you do all that, you'll get 24 monthly bill credits totaling the value of the phone. If you're okay with getting just half off the device, you can buy it for 24 months, then either add a qualifying line or a trade-in device. That's kind of a shitty deal, isn't it? I mean, what phone do you have to trade in? Does it have to be any? Can it be any phone? Can it be a shitty phone that you can trade in? So if you want a free 4A 5G, I mean, it's still a $500 phone, right? So if you had an old phone laying around that was kind of shitty, you still need to be tied. So it's not a 60-day thing. You need to be tied to that phone with T-Mobile for 2 months, 2 years, not 2 months, 24 months. You need to trade in a phone and you need to add a new line. That doesn't sound worth it to me. That's kind of a shitty deal. I'd rather go with the Google Fi deal if you're with Google Fi, or if you can find a good monthly plan with Google Fi. Or like me, I still think the Visible deal for the Pixel 5 is great. But if you don't want that smaller form factor, then the 4A 5G is the better option there. Maybe Visible will offer a 4A 5G plan in the future. Maybe. Oh, there you go. Aditya's showing some hope there. Thank you, Aditya. Thank you for sharing that. My Google Fi plan has 6 people. I spend roughly 25 to 30 per month. That's great. That's great. Yeah, that's the reason I pay 21 on T-Mobile, because I have 20 people. So E-Heller says Visible's out of Denver. They mail you a SIM card. Okay, so got to plan ahead. Yeah, but no, you know what, E-Heller? When I got my Pixel 5, it came the next day. They do FedEx Express, like overnight shipping. So you should get the phone the next day with a SIM card the next day. Literally the next day I got the phone. Will did the same thing. He got the phone the next day as well. So if you do plan ahead, just know that it's going to come pretty quick. Aditya says trade in and a new line for free 4A 5G. Not a big fan of that. I agree. Not a big fan of that. If it's any phone trade in, then yeah, I'll gladly give my iPhone 5C. There you go. Falling Wickets, how's it going? 2 years getting Falling Wickets, that's something that Wu would say. Definitely something that Wu would say. Falling Wickets, welcome to the stream. Aisha Morris, how's it going, man? Salute, Jerome. I'm late to the party today, but I made it. Aisha, thanks for stopping by. As always, I appreciate you. Thank you. The Wu says, oh, the 150 gift card on Visible only applies to bringing in a current number. $200 gift card. And I didn't bring in, no, wait. Okay, if you're actually thinking about this, actually, if you guys are thinking about this, Will is the one that taught me how to do this. What I did is I didn't bring in a current number. I created a number on Google Fi. I created I signed up for Google Fi and then I canceled it the exact same day. That's how I did it. And then I took that number that Google Fi gave me and then I brought it over to Visible. That's how I did it. If you guys need help with that, let me know and I'll try to help you out with that. He was the mastermind that got that to work for me. Oh, damn it. Ed is saying Visible deal is currently out of stock. So did they run out of the Pixel 5? Is that what they're saying? Damn. Yeah, I jumped on that deal as soon as Will told me because I didn't want to miss that. Yeah, that is a big brain move. It's definitely a big brain move. I kudos to Will for finding that out. And that's why I'm jumping on a family plan with Will because it's only $25 a month. But if it's sold out or if it's out of stock, well, I hope you guys figure it out. Maybe there's still something on that. Where is my Apple Fi? Apple Fi? Google Fi, or Apple Fi. I gotcha. All right, guys. I think that's going to be it for today. I feel like I covered what I needed to cover. E. Heller, if you're still here, I know that you had sent me a message to check my DMs. I will do that. I'll get back to you. It's just been very busy for me, but I will definitely get back to you. Otherwise, guys, that is it for today. I want to thank everybody for stopping by today. As always, if you guys haven't had a chance, please do me a favor. Hit that thumbs up button. It is a way to support. I do appreciate it. If you are not a subscriber, what are you waiting for? Hit that subscribe button. I do stream weekdays at 2 p.m. Central, 3 p.m. Eastern, 12 p.m. Pacific. It's not always on time, but if you hit that bell notification, it'll let you know when I'm streaming. And I think that's it. My 4A 5G should come tonight, later today. So tomorrow I will unbox it. We'll go over it. I'll do all the things that I normally do. And that's it. Bye, guys. I'll see you tomorrow. Have a good one. Later.